It's Sunday, so it's time for my mental health vlog. And this week has been a really awesome week. This was my birthday week when I turned 42 on Wednesday, and my boyfriend has gone out of his way to make it an amazing week for me. I had presents on. He stayed over Tuesday night, which he normally doesn't do, so that he could be the first person to wish me happy birthday on Wednesday morning. And he had gifts for me on Wednesday night, and we went to Benihana's um, for my birthday dinner, some hibachi, which is really good. And there were literally like 11 other birthdays at Benihana's in the 1 hour time frame that we were there. Like, I felt so sorry for this little old Japanese man whose sole job was to bang his tambourine so that everybody could sing happy birthday. Because, like, every 5 minutes, that little Japanese man was coming out banging his trampoline, or not trampoline, tambourine, and they were singing happy birthday. And by the time it got to me, I just felt so sorry for them. I'm like, y'all have got to be sick of this by now. And just, there were so many birthdays. But it was also the first night after the state of Texas had lifted its mask policy and opened restaurants back to 100%. So I have to wonder if they were all people really having birthdays like me, or people who were making up for not being able to celebrate their birthday throughout the COVID restrictions. So I don't know what the case was. I just know there were a lot of birthdays. And when we were walking out the door, like two more groups of people with balloons came in the door. It was just, wow. Like everybody had, like every table had at least one birthday at Benihana's. And I was lucky, we were lucky because we got a table that only had two other people in it. They were on the other side, we were on the other side. My boyfriend had specifically requested a table with very few people because although everyone else seems to think that COVID is gone and everything can just go back to normal in Texas, we are smart enough to know that that is not the case. And of course, we're still taking precautions, and we're still wearing masks. And if you're watching this, I really encourage you to continue to wear masks and to continue to social distancing, because our governor is an idiot. And listen to the CDC guidelines, because they're going to be the ones that are going to be able to tell us when it's okay, not politicians, because they don't know shit. I don't care what side of the fence they're on. They don't know shit. So just wear a mask. So that was Wednesday. Thursday, I actually got my son on Thursday night. So I didn't go to my meeting, of course. But I had my son Thursday night. So I went over to his Taekwondo studio. He had honors class for Taekwondo, which I got to see one of his honors class for the first time. That was really cool. And then brought him back to the apartment. And of course, by the time we got back, it was pretty much bedtime. So, he crashed with a little assistance, and he went to bed. And then Friday he sat on the couch and had school with on the using the coffee table as his desks, and I got to see him go through school for a day, which is pretty cool. I haven't really done that before. Kind of got an idea of his schedule and what that was like. And then he decided he wanted to sleep on the couch Thursday and Friday night. So how Friday nights normally work is my boyfriend comes over, the three of us hang out, and then my boyfriend goes home because my son shares the bed with me. It's a one-bedroom apartment, and my son shares the bed with me, so there's no real place for my boyfriend to sleep, so he goes home. And Thursday night, my son wanted to sleep on the couch, so, I let him. That's what he wanted to do. And then Friday night, he said he wanted to sleep on the couch again. I said, well, then do you mind if my boyfriend, who he's really close with, I said, do you mind if he stays over so we can have like a sleepover? And my son was super excited about that idea. So that was awesome. So I got to have all my guys in the house overnight on Friday. That was pretty cool. And then my son did not have Taekwondo on Saturday morning because there was a tournament later that day. So my boyfriend decided to make us breakfast. I'm not sure if he decided to make us breakfast or if he was volunteered to make us breakfast. I'm not sure exactly how it happened, but he ended up making us breakfast. He made us blueberry pancakes and sausage and cheese eggs and a bunch of good stuff. That was really yummy. Of course, we have to work on tact with my son just a little bit because his first comment was, "These pancakes look weird and they're burnt." So, tact is, he's 8. Tact isn't always right there. So we'll work on that. Then took him back to his home, back to the house Saturday afternoon, early about noon, so that he had time to get lunch and get ready for his tournament later in the afternoon. And because my boyfriend had made dinner reservations all the way down in Galveston on Saturday evening pretty early, I wasn't able to attend the tournament, which is fine because my son's dad was there and my son's dad's boyfriend was there, and he and I aren't allowed at the same place at the same time right now. So that's because I hit him in November, y'all remember. So they were there to support my son during the tournament, and my son got a gold medal in board breaking, which is something he has struggled with. So I'm so proud that he got a gold medal in board breaking. Then he got a bronze medal in sparring, which surprised me a little bit because he's always been really, really good at sparring. But right now they're sparring with, punching bags versus live person sparring, which is where he really excelled. So I'm wondering if that's throwing him off a little bit. But he did. He got a bronze medal in sparring, and his pattern, which last tournament he got a gold medal in, he did not get a medal in. So I'm going to have him talk to the judges and see what they think the areas that he can improve are on, so we can use it as a learning opportunity. I'm not saying that it's wrong, and yes, he should have gotten a medal because I don't believe that every kid that participates deserves a trophy. But because he did so well before and not as well this time, let's take it as a learning opportunity to find out what he could have done better. And that's really what you take away from it. And I don't think it's a bad thing for my son not to get a trophy in a category. I don't want him to always feel like he's the best of the best and doesn't need to be challenged and pushed and entitled. And that's not the mindset that I want him to grow up with. I don't want him to feel like he doesn't have to try as hard or doesn't have to, once he reaches a certain level, he's good enough. Like, I don't want that mindset for him. So I definitely want to push him to find out how he can improve. Saturday, after we dropped him off, we came back to the apartment and got showers and got changed and got ready. We drove down to Galveston, and traffic was horrible, but we got to spend some time on the beach. Not a ton of time, but just enough time where I could, the beach is my happy place. I've got all my elements there, and it's just kind of where I go to align. And I got my Zen time on the beach. I got the water on my feet, the sand in my toes, and the wind in my hair, and the salt in my eyes. But just got that moment of Zen that I love so much from being down on the beach. It's like, God, I wish I could live down there, but at the same time, there's no way in hell I want to live that far away from the city. And homeowners insurance would be crazy high down there anyway. But and then we went to a seafood restaurant right on the beach called Guido's, which is 110 years old. And it's like fourth generation family that still owns it. It's like a landmark in Galveston, and it's right there on the beach. And the food was really good, and we met we met my boyfriend's parents and my boyfriend's grandmother because it's my boyfriend's mother's birthday tomorrow. So we did a joint birthday dinner, and it was really nice. We exchanged some gifts, and I got a really cool piece of artwork that has been in my boyfriend's family for a while and has a really cool story behind it. And they gave that to me and it really made me feel like part of the family. So that was really cool. It's the turtle right there, if you can see it. It may not be lit very well. But there's a cool story behind it about a Mexican Indian tribe, I believe. I'm still learning the story. That they do it by hand, and it's a personal relationship that they have with my boyfriend's family, and I will learn more about the story because it's important to the piece. And then we made the drive back from Galveston last night, and honestly, my boyfriend and I got home, and we crashed. We were tired. It was just a long week, a long weekend. Today it rained and time changed, so we didn't do a whole lot. We ran a couple of errands, picked up some things, exchanged some gifts, and we're gonna meet some friends of his for dinner tonight to end up the weekend. So overall, very busy birthday weekend, and like I said, my boyfriend just went out of his way to make me feel special, and I don't always love the idea of getting older, but he made me feel very celebrated this week, and I appreciate that. In fact, right now he's working on organizing all the wires on my new office setup, which he said he wanted to do because he said that's fun for him. And if that's fun for him, then let him do it, because I don't want to do it. All right, I've gone way over my time this week, guys. I just want to thank everybody that sent birthday wishes this week, and I hope everyone had a great weekend. I hope everyone has fun on Wednesday for St. Patrick's Day, especially if you're in my hometown. I know they're expecting big crowds, but please be safe, wear your masks. And that's it. I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.